We were talking about the different types of soil that this potential was sown into, and what it means, how to overcome the adversity that is in your soil, the area of your life, so that your potential can be realized. We talked the other week about, those that are on the wayside, seeds fell on the wayside, people that hear and don't understand. So the first thing we said is you have to get an understanding of what it is. Know what your calling, your gifting involves, or what it entails. If you don't know what it is, you'll forever be floundering about, trying this and trying that, never succeeding at anything, but just always trying your hand at something. Be confident in what it is. Know what it is, so that if you understand what it is, you are less likely to discount it or to ruin it, or for it to not really have effect. If you don't appreciate the potential that you have inside of you, you can just, take it for granted. It won't be anything. Oh, that little thing, that ain't nothing. You got to be careful about that. Then we said, that was number one. Number two, stony places. They didn't have a root system. In other words, they weren't able to stand up in the harsh times. So when the harsh times came, then they failed. They were withered up. They couldn't gain moisture, didn't get any strength, so you can't grow with no strength. All right? And tonight, we're going to deal with the thorny places. So let's go there in Matthew chapter number 13 and verse number 22. Y'all have that?
Amen.
What does that say?
He also that is seed among the thorns is he that heareth the word, and the care of this world, and the deceitfulness of riches, choke the word, and he become unfruitful.
The word sown among thorns. You hear the word, but the care of this world and the deceitfulness of riches choke the word, and he becometh unfruitful. We have the truth. We know what to do, but because we get chasing after other things, the deceitfulness of riches, we let what we know get choked out. What is deceitfulness of riches? Why does it say riches are deceitful?
Because it makes it look like they're going to be happy.
You said greed and money? You said, and yeah?
It's going to make you, it makes you think that if you have it, you're going to be happy with success.
Everything's going to be okay. The deceitfulness of riches, if I get rich, then all my problems.
If I just get a little more money. And then most of these poor people say that. If I just get a little more money, I'll be all right. If I just had a little more money, I'll be okay. And most of us today is making more money than we did 2 years ago. And still saying, if I just had a little more money, I'll be all right. Right? Just a little more money, I'll be okay. The wise teacher said that riches are deceitful and they're funny because they'll take wings and fly away. You ain't going to hold on to it, and it ain't going to do all what you think it's going to do. It may alleviate an answer to the things that you want, but the other things are answered spiritually. Just because you have more money don't mean you're going to be at peace.
Amen.
All right?
Amen.
You might be happy, yes, but are you at peace? It's not always one on one side, one on the other. Sometimes you won't be at peace with the money that you have or with what you have. People that have thousands and well, not thousands, we all got that. People that have millions of dollars stacked up. If they're not at peace, do you think it really matters? Oh, all these rich people. If riches really brought as much happiness as y'all think it did, don't you think it'd be fewer and fewer rich people doing stupid stuff?
Amen.
Sure it would. I was reading the other day, Lindsay Lohan's dad, now he's in jail. Then she was in jail. Then you said, well, she got riches. She ought to be happy. Do you think happy people go around and get as high as they can out of their mind and run their car? That's not happy. That's not how people would At peace do. People at peace don't do stuff like that. But we are so conditioned to believe that the answer to everything we need is just a little bit more money than I can really, because we don't have any. So we think whatever we're missing is going to make us happy. You're going to have to learn that wherever you are, you better be satisfied there and let God take you higher when he's ready for you to go there. Amen. This get rich quick stuff, deceitfulness of riches. Riches take wings and they fly away. You think you're going to have it and you think it's assured. You think it's going to happen. And it ain't going to take no long time. How come it took Warren Buffett, he's in his late 70s or 80s, and he's a multi-billionaire, but it took him all this time to amass all the money he's got, but you're going to get it in a year or 6 months. It doesn't happen like that. He had to work hard for his, but you're just going to, you're going to pyramid scheme your way to the top. It doesn't work like that. Deceitfulness of riches. Look over at Luke chapter number 12. Luke number 12, verse number 15. He said unto them, take heed and beware of covetousness. That next clause is very good. You should remember that. What does it say?
For man's life consisteth
not in the abundance of the things
which he possesseth.
And
he spake a parable unto them, saying, the ground of a certain rich man brought forth plentiful.
okay.
And he thought within himself, saying,
What shall I do? Because I have no room where to bestow my fruits.
And he said, this will I do. I will pull down my barns and build greater, and there will I bestow all my fruits and my goods.
Now, was there anything wrong with building a barn?
No.
Nothing wrong with building a barn. People build barns all the time. Jabez said, Lord, enlarge my territory, the place of my habitation. Help me to stretch out. So nothing wrong with that. The wrongness comes in the next part where he starts really talking. Because anytime, I would advise anybody with 5 children to get into a 1-bedroom house. That don't sound good, does it? Then if you get a big one and say, well, Pastor said we don't supposed to try to, no. That ain't what it's talking about. What is the attitude behind it? Are you doing it just so you can say, look what I've done? Woo, look at me. My chest is out. I'm able to do all of this fruit I done planted. I'm prospering. Ooh, I've got it together. We're being deceived by riches. What does the next verse say?
And I will say to my soul,
I'll say to my soul,
soul, thou hast much good.
Thou hast much good.
Laid up for many years.
You ain't got nothing to worry about.
Take thy heed.
Take your ease.
Eat, drink, and
Eat,
be merry.
drink, be merry. We're going to have a good time. I got plenty of stuff. I'm going to take my ease because I've got plenty laid up for how long? How long?
Many years.
For many years. Did the Lord tell you to stop working just because you had something stored up?
No.
Everything you have stored up is not just for your consumption.
Amen.
That was his mistake. He figured, I've got enough laid up now, I ain't got to work no more. If I can just make $1 million, I'll put it in the bank. I will never work. You got to be crazy. Don't you know that you putting your money in places and the moth will come in and eat it up, the cankerworm will come in and destroy it? Take your ease, so you're going to be all right. Deceitfulness of riches. You got enough for many years to come. Eat, drink. Let's live on the high on the hog. We ain't going to have to do nothing. We just going to run around from place to place and have a good time.